As an American living in Iceland since 2016, it took me a little bit of time getting used to the fact that during Christmas, Icelanders, Icelandic children are not looking forward to a jolly Santa Claus that will be showing up in order to deliver gifts and people are leaving out milk and cookies for him. No. Instead, there are 13 mischievous trolls, or part troll, at least because their mother, Grilla, who eats naughty children. She is absolutely terrifying, to be honest. They all come down. This whole family comes down from the mountains where they normally live for the Christmas holiday to wreak havoc in Icelandic homes. They each have their own, each of the 13 Yule Lads have their own specific thing that they do. And as we're like ramping up to Christmas, every day for 13 days, so actually starting yesterday, the first Icelandic Yule Lad came down, and every day until December 24th, or including that day, another Yule Lad comes until it is Christmas. And in Iceland, Christmas is celebrated on December 24th, so just keep that in mind. And for me, it is hilarious and also a little creepy sometimes that these Icelandic Yule Lads are kind of up to no good. In modern times though, they have come around to being a little more nicer. If a kid puts a shoe in their window and they've been nice, the Icelandic Yule Lad for that day will give them a little gift. If they've been naughty though, they get a potato and maybe not particularly a fresh potato. So it's just really interesting. And in order to share part of that tradition with you, I am every day going to be talking about the Icelandic Yule Lad that came in either the night before or the morning of, because it's sort of like evening when the kid is sleeping. So it spans a decent amount of time, and read a poem in Icelandic and English that corresponds to this particular Icelandic Yule Lad. So it describes them, what they do in both languages. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to kick that off. So today will be the first one that came basically last night / this morning. And yeah, he's harassing sheep. So, and there's a good reason for it. I'm gonna give my opinions, of course, too, as to why I think these Icelandic Yule Lads do all this. But if you want a little bit more information about Grilla, their mother, the big black cat that eats people that don't get new clothes for Christmas, I have a link down in the description to a podcast episode that I did about that, so you can check that out. But let's get on with the poem, which if you see me looking down, it's because I am reading the poem on the paper that I have here. But yeah, let's get into who came already. And his name is Stekkjastaur. Stekkjastaur kom fyrstur, stinnur eins og tre. Hann laumuðist í fjárhúsin og lék á bóndans fé. Hann vildi sjuga ætnar, það var þeim ekki sel, því greyið hafði stórfætur, það gekk nú ekki vel. All right, that's the Icelandic version. Now on to the English one. The first of them was Sheep-Cote Clod. He came stiff as wood to prey upon the farmer's sheep as far as he could. He wished to suck the ewes, but it was no accident. He couldn't. He had stiff knees. Not too convenient. So also, by the way, if you're Icelandic and you're hearing me speaking Icelandic, I know my Icelandic is like, it's all right. Meaning like, it is easier for me to make, small mistakes like AU sound, which is, I always think of it like oi, but I was learning the other day that's more like oi, 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 I don't know, whatever. The whole point is that always gets me, it trips me up because of the way that it's done. So I'm fine with getting any constructive, kind feedback if you would like to. I am doing my best to practice with my boyfriend, and also just certain sounds I feel like for me having English as a first language is a little harder for me to get to. But anyway, the whole point is this Icelandic Yule Lad is out to get those ewes, which are female sheep, so he can get some sheep's milk. And in general, you're gonna see as I go every day in this series that includes December 24th, that I think these Icelandic Yule Lads are just hungry, malnourished. their mom who makes stew of naughty children is only giving them that, right? So it's the case that they're looking for some variety, and during the holidays, it is bursting with variety all over, with lots of delicious treats and foods and all these things to celebrate. So I think that they're coming down to the mountain because they smell it in the air. It's so enticing for them with their bodies that have only been used to eating whatever they can find up in those mountains. I'm really looking forward to sharing this series with all of you. If you're enjoying it, definitely make sure to share it with somebody else who you think would love to follow along and learn about each of the Icelandic Yule Lads, hear a poem about them in Icelandic and English, and just my overall thoughts about each one, because some of them I find to be absolutely ridiculous and annoying, and I'm definitely going to share when that or several of those Yule Lads come up. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.